All right, so we are checking out the Del Webb community here in Wildlight. You will see the front of my car, but I do want to just drive in and show you what it looks like here. Maybe we can zoom in a little bit, and maybe we can turn my AC down. There we go. Okay, so this is the main entrance of Del Webb that we're going to drive into, and the big building. Well, let me put my seatbelt on. So there is a guard station with a gate. I'm gonna have to stop at and talk to them. I probably will edit it out of the video. Hi there. I'm a real estate agent. I just wanted to video the area for YouTube and yeah, thank you so much. All right, that was easy. I had a pass. He saw the pass. Okay, so when we first drive in, we have a little roundabout here. And we're gonna hang right and check out the amenity center. So here on the sign, straight ahead, it says the Horizon Club. We have the community garden, the dog park, the tennis and pickleball courts, clubhouse entrance, and the concert lawn. We also have the mailboxes to the right, which you can't really see, but let's go take a look. So right now we're kind of in the amenity center area. And I don't know how far we could drive back here, but we're gonna take a look. So we have the pickleball courts straight ahead. I hear people playing the pickleball, so nice and used. All right. And then here it looks like where the community garden is, and this is so cute. We're gonna pull up in here a little bit so you could look. So it's called the farmhouse, taking cute. Let's zoom in a little bit. They have like plant beds and tons of stuff growing. And they have tables in there, so you could do a little gardening club. How cute. That's one of my favorite things about Wildlight is how just community center it is and how many things to do. There are such a beautiful day. There's tons of pickleball courts here. And then nature trails all throughout also. If you're looking for a community for things to do, this is the place to be if you're looking for a 55 and up community. All right, so the amenity center, we're gonna go inside and make that its own separate video. So make sure to check that out, but we're just gonna keep driving around just for a little bit and take a look at what it looks like to drive around the neighborhood. First of all, what I'm seeing is tons of golf carts everywhere. I don't know if you spotted it in the video, but you can see one right there. And that is the funnest part also, how Wildlight in general, but specifically Del Webb internally. Del Webb has its own amenity area, so you could literally just drive your golf cart around. How cool is that? So we're just gonna keep driving around and checking out. Some of the lots are bigger than others. We have different types of models sprinkled throughout the community. We're gonna take just a couple streets around, but just to give you kind of a lay of the land, kind of what we're looking at. So this is the first phase. They've already pretty much sold out here. There's a couple here and there, and there's a couple resales also, but they just released a whole new phase, and then there'll be another phase, well, part. So it's like part A, part B. So they released part, and then they're gonna release part B later on. So you still have time to get into Del Webb. And we're just gonna come check out the newer area just so you can see what we're working with. So this is the phase 2 final opportunity. Now we're driving into phase 2. Oh, final opportunity into phase 2 because they're almost sold out. That's what that is. There's a couple more lots that you could choose from here if you're interested in phase 2. There are a couple resales in here too, in the front, closer to the front of the neighborhoods. You could see some of the still available lots over here. There's people jogging. And I like how they have different models sprinkled all throughout. All right, so phase 2 is pretty windy. There's tons of streets in here. So let's make our way out so we can just check out phase 3 and show kind of a little bit about it. I don't want to drive too far into it because it's deep construction right now. But we'll check it out a little bit. So usually in new construction communities, you can buy lots that either back up into another neighbor, or you could buy a lot that backs up into a pond so you could hear the fountain, which is always nice and serene. So they're almost done building in this phase. You could see some new construction working on here and there throughout. A couple resales. But this is phase 2. All right, we're gonna drive out of phase 2 and go into phase 3. If I can connect my phone back to there we go. Boop. All right. So straight ahead we can go into phase 1, but we're gonna take a right and go into phase 3. So there's plenty of opportunity still in phase 3. Phase 2 is almost sold out. All right, let's go straight. Lots. So all of these will be filled with houses soon. And there's already lots that have homes already completed, so that's nice. Over here it looks like there's some duplexes too, so that's a different type of model that we haven't seen yet. We can make a video on that at some point. But over here it's pretty fresh, tons of opportunity still. And that is Del Webb. Thanks for watching, and we are going to check out the amenity center in my next video, so make sure to check that out.